Hi, everybody. Welcome to North of MAGA. I'm your host, Pierre Shields, and today we're going to be talking about Canada's EV crisis. Is Canada's auto industry under attack? Stellantis has shut down production here and is heading south. Chinese EVs are banned by 100% tariff, and Washington is taxing Canadian-made cars at the border. This isn't just a trade spat, it's an economic war, and Canada is caught in the crossfire. Today, we'll explore how tariffs, US pressure, and global EV competition are reshaping Canada's manufacturing future and what it means for Canadian consumers. The Chinese EV storm that never came. Around the world, Chinese automakers are dominating the electric vehicle revolution. BYD has overtaken Tesla in global sales. In Europe, its Seal U SUV is winning awards and market share. But in Canada, zero presence. The Seal U isn't sold here. No dealerships, no official launch. Even though it's priced around 34,000 Canadian dollars, roughly 40,000 less than most North American EVs. Why? Because Ottawa copied Washington's move in late 2024 and imposed a 100% tariff on every EV made in China. The government said it was protecting jobs. In reality, it locked Canadians out of affordable, cutting-edge EVs, while the US and Europe kept negotiating access. Europe ran an in-depth probe, found Chinese subsidies between 7 and 35%, and applied targeted duties. Canada built a wall and trapped itself in the tariff trap. The real reason Stellantis is leaving Canada isn't subsidies, it's tariffs. In 2025, Washington escalated what many now call an economic war against Canada's auto sector. Under new US trade rules, Canadian-built vehicles face fresh import duties when entering the American market, a direct financial penalty on Canadian manufacturing. That erased Canada's cost advantage overnight. Even with incentives and union strength, no factory can compete when its biggest customer taxes its cars at the border. So when Stellantis announced it was moving production to the US, Ottawa called it a betrayal. The White House designed these tariffs to pull investment and jobs back onto US soil, and it's working. Plants in Windsor and Brampton, once central to Canada's EV transition, now face layoffs, while new American facilities surge ahead under the Inflation Reduction Act. Washington didn't just out-subsidize Canada, it weaponized trade policy. Tariffs that backfired. While Ottawa mirrored US tariffs to appear tough on China, those policies are punishing Canadians, not Beijing. Tesla's market share in Canada is down, but GM and Ford, both American, now dominate EV sales. Without Chinese competition, prices keep climbing. The average EV in Canada now costs about 74,000 Canadian dollars, while comparable Chinese models abroad sell for roughly $34,000. Even ministers are reevaluating. Agriculture Minister Heath MacDonald recently said Ottawa is considering scrapping the 100% tariff, admitting it's outdated and misaligned with Canadian long-term interests. These tariffs have deepened our dependence on the US, slowed EV adoption, and jeopardized our goal of 100% zero-emission vehicles by 2035. The case for a new strategy. If Canada wants real independence, it needs a smarter approach. Lower, targeted tariffs, not blanket bans, would ease costs for consumers and still defend national priorities. Ottawa could invite leading EV makers like BYD and NIO and XPeng to build assembly plants here, share battery tech, and create Canadian jobs. That would diversify our EV supply chain, attract global investment, and accelerate decarbonization instead of reinforcing US dominance. Because right now, Canada doesn't have a trade strategy, it has a dependency strategy. Adapt or decline. Tariffs meant to protect Canada are isolating it instead. Stellantis left because US tariffs made Canadian production unviable. Chinese EVs are banned by our own 100% duty, and Canadian consumers are paying the price for vehicles built elsewhere. We can cling to outdated protectionism or open our market strategically to competition, lower prices, and innovation. It's not about ideology, it's about survival. Canada's auto industry once powered our prosperity. Now, it risks becoming collateral damage in a tariff war we didn't start. If we keep building trade walls instead of factories, the next generation won't be driving Canadian-made cars at all. Thanks for watching, and if you found this analysis useful, hit like, share, subscribe for more deep dives into Canada's economy and industry. I've been Pierre Shields for North America. Go play outside.